Today we'll be painting the Iris Triad. This is a brand new Triad from Daniel Smith. The colors included are going to be the Amethyst Genuine, the Bismuth Vanadate Yellow, and the Deep Sap Green. We're going to begin our lesson today with transferring the image itself. I'm going to get this printout from the internet. A piece of transfer paper, laying it graphite side down underneath the image, securing it with a piece of tape, getting a colored ballpoint pen, and transferring the image. The colored ballpoint pen helps us to see the lines that we've already drawn, making sure that we get all of them in there. There we go. Now we want to check the transfer, make sure that we've gotten a clean image transfer. There we go. It looks excellent. We'll go ahead and pull that transfer paper. And we'll transfer now the grid for the color chart next to it. Again, securing the image. Checking our image. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and label our color chart. This first color is the Amethyst Genuine. Next one is Bismuth Vanadate Yellow. And the last one is the Deep Sap Green. We want to make sure that we label both sides. And we'll begin to paint. So we've already got our colors out on the palette. First one we're going to use is the Amethyst Genuine. This is a beautiful Daniel Smith Primatech color. And Primatech is a mineral pigment, so it's crushed from a genuine amethyst stone. I'm going to paint the top and the side, and then where the two colors meet, paint the full square. I'm going to try and leave that alone, allowing that to granulate on the paper. You'll get a better showing of that color. Next one we're going to do is the Bismuth Vanadate Yellow. Painting just a slight bit away from the other so they don't blend. And then where they meet, again, the full square of that color on the page. It's a very bright, opaque yellow. The last color in this set is going to be the Deep Sap Green. Beautiful color for foliage and landscape. And then again, where they meet, complete that full square. Now we're going to begin our color mixing. So the first one we're going to do is the Amethyst Genuine and the Bismuth Vanadate Yellow. We're going to do this one wet and wet. So we're going to start this one with the Amethyst Genuine. And then while that color is still wet, adding the Bismuth Vanadate Yellow and allowing them to mix directly on the page. Cleaning in between each brush color. We're next going to grab the Amethyst Genuine and the Deep Sap Green. Again, doing a wet and wet mixture on the page. While that one's still wet, grabbing some of our Deep Sap Green. And allowing them to mix directly in that square. For our last wet and wet mixture, we're going to use the Bismuth Vanadate with the Deep Sap Green. Again, starting with the Bismuth Vanadate. And while that is still wet, adding the Deep Sap Green. And allowing them to mix directly in the square. Now we're going to come over here, and where the amethyst and the bismuth meet, we're going to do a mixture in the palette. And then painting that full square of color directly onto the page. Next, we're going to do the amethyst with the Deep Sap Green. Mixing in the palette. And painting a full square of that color. And the last one for this chart is going to be the Bismuth Vanadate Yellow and the Deep Sap Green. And again in the palette. And then painting a full square of that color. So now as these begin to dry, you'll be able to see some of the characteristics of these colors come out. The amethyst granulation. There's also something a little bit unique about that color, and that's the sparkle that it has. So when the mineral is ground, you can actually see the crystalline formula fall, and it goes into the valleys of your paper. So as your paper dries, you'll be able to see that sparkle a little bit in all of the color mixtures for the amethyst. So we'll let that dry now, and then we'll go on to painting the image.